video right now, a screen recording right now. I can't do that. Couldn't get into that right now. But I want to share what happened this evening. A lot of times, Hindus are usually very nice to me, and but I ran upon some today that, well, actually the younger one was nicer, but the father, the older one, was just like, huh, he was like sarcastic and very hateful, just, huh. And he was just, I don't know, he was just not nice at all. And of course, he could barely speak English. He didn't know what he was, just like, I don't know. And he would just sit and watch you, stare at you for nothing. But his son, I can tell that the younger one was just kind of like, this is just a story about the way people are. But his son was looking at me like, I said, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And he said, Happy New Year, my friend. But his dad was like, huh. And he's like the older, oh, I just saw a spirit. He's like the older ones of the Hindus always looked in the past. They were always so hateful and hate-filled. I mean, that's not even what their belief is supposed to be about, am I right? And you didn't even see all of the Vishnu, Ganesh, Krishna, whatever, all this stuff. You didn't even see that. You usually see like the feng shui symbol, the yin and yang symbol, whatever, and the yin yang symbol, and the balance and kundalini and things like that. You usually see things like that. But you didn't even see that. And he was just like hate-filled. And to me, let me tell you a little something about what I heard from one of the workers at the gas station locally. He said that each of them, the government pays them to live here, which we already knew that. Now, why is it someone else if we're all supposed to be treated equally? And every person is supposed to have the equal opportunity under the quote-unquote Constitution. Why is it that certain people are treated better than others? And they say we're treated, Caucasians, white people are treated better than others. I don't see that. They said, oh, our time was the past, we're just, now, let's just sweep us under the rug. I don't understand why they're doing that, because, second of all, they all own the gas stations. A lot of the times, the United States government has so far given the gas stations to the Hindus and the Muslims, the Indians and the Islamic people. Why? I don't know. Because a white person would actually have to legitimately work for that, work their way up to the top, take a small business loan or whatever out, take a business loan out, and work their rear off to the top, and once they work their butt off and get to where they're going, then they might have their business. But for some reason, some sad reason, the U.S. government gives each of those people from India $1,000 a week to live here, guaranteed. Now that's just guaranteed bottom line money. Minimal payment of $1,000 a week. Each. Now, if they have a family, you know how large their families are. A family of 5 or so in the gas station running it, that's $5,000 a week. Minimum guaranteed. While other people are lucky to make minimum wage. And where's the equality in that? The Islamic people being given AT&T, being given other companies that were founded by United States citizens and individuals, founded by U.S. companies, were then given over. The shareholders just kind of, well, let's give this company over. And then the companies decide to sell overseas. And that's what President Trump was talking about, saying this is just wrong, but yet he hasn't been able to do anything about it as far as that part, that aspect, because it's already set in motion. And what happened to the nice ones recently? Some of the people, you'd think, some of the older ones, not all of them, some of them seem so hateful. And you'd think anyone being guaranteed to live free in this nation, coming from a country of oppression, pestilence and disaster, disease, and all kinds of misfortune, coming from a country that is in poverty many times that has to be helped out by charity work and by good deeds of missionary work, you'd think they would be appreciative of living over here in this country of the United States and being given guaranteed $1,000 each. You'd think that you would be more appreciative than that. Instead of looking at you just like, screw you. Those foreigners never were nice there. Now, the majority of them were nice to me. They all say, hey, buddy, hey, my friend. And they'll hold the door open for me. They'll just treat me with high respect. I thought they were supposed to believe in Gaia, Mother Earth. I thought they were supposed to believe in Kundalini, the force, the life force of, the spirit of three, the three basic spirit forms, I guess, that run existence. I think that's what their culture believes. I seem to know more about it than the guy himself did that was supposed to be Indian. And he was so hateful. His son, not so much. He said Happy New Year. And it's just that when you run into the hateful ones, I've had Indian people, Muslim people, Christian, all of them respect me. Spanish individuals, Mexican individuals, everyone of all kinds, black, whites, everything, Native American Indians, all kinds of foreigners, everyone respects me. Usually they sense an energy about me and they show their respects or go out of their way to show respects. This one was hateful. Several of them in the past, the older ones that I remember, seem to be hateful. And it seems like if I were to go over to another country, to their country, they would not show me, they wouldn't show you that kind of, well, I don't know, if they sense my spiritual energy, they might, I don't know. But if someone were to just go over there, they would not be given everything. But for some reason, other nations come over to the United States and they're given everything. And why are they guaranteed $1,000 a week, allowed to live here, and run the gas station for free of charge, because the government pays them to run the gas stations? Why? What is the reasoning? What's the reason that they pay them to run the gas stations and then have the servers overseas? If you ever use a debit card over there, it just says foreign ATM. And if you ever check your balance there, it charges you, apparently. They've been charging $1 to check the balance, which is wrong. Both the bank and the businesses themselves say they don't do that. But they stated that, and now what we do is we're just now drawing the money out at the bank. That's it. Put the card in, draw whatever we need out, and whatever we can, and that's just the way we do it. I don't trust using these other ATMs anymore. We weren't able to do that often anyway, but still, it's just, if you need to, that was always a good emergency option. But it's just, even if you went in the negatives, our bank charges a fee for that. But if you went in the negatives and you had to do it, there's still the option, which has had to happen many different times. But the thing is, they never go in the negatives, because some of them, you see, that's like they have money out the wazoo. Guaranteed, $34,000 in their account. One guy, he was like, his bank statement came out and he had $35,000. And he just drew a 20 out and was charged $4 just to use that, just to take that 20 out. And being given all of that by the government here in this country, I think I would be more appreciative than some of them are. Thankfully, many of them treat me with a lot of respect, but I ran into one today, actually a couple of them today, that were disrespectful, very hateful, and very, where's their kundalini? Where's their, karma? Where's all of that, where it comes back around to bite you, and, if you're not kind, it comes around to bite you. It will come back to you. Just like do unto others as you would want them to do unto you. And it comes back threefold or tenfold or whatever. Many of them have done an energy ritual or energy thing around me. Like they'll grab sage and he'll burn it. Then this guy burned it. Then he was like, did respects and said I was something great, and they told me some people have told me that I'm something awesome, something great and powerful. I appreciate that. But these people were just hateful, sarcastic, and hate-filled. And you think the ones that are that way, you think they would take the time they look like they would just assume to just blow you away, blow you up, as to look at you, just to kill you, as to look at you. Some of them. Some of the Muslims, some of the Hindus that way, but not all of the Hindus are that way. Obviously, I've met many of them respect me and are very nice to me. For some reason, go out of their way and they see my energy and just really like me. Christians included, the believers in Jesus Christ like myself. But why is it that other nations get paid a guaranteed minimum of $1,000 to live here, each person, and given a free gas station, while other people have to work their rear off to get where they are if you're already here in the United States? It's almost like a punishment. My parents have to struggle. We all have to struggle. My mama can't work. She can't get medical insurance. That's another thing. They're guaranteed medical insurance. Free benefits. Mexicans all this time have been guaranteed medical benefits. This woman working at the hospital stated that her daughter couldn't get medical insurance under Obamacare. She couldn't even get help, but yet the Mexicans got in there for free. And they walked in right in front of her and got free medical treatment, free medical care, the surgeries they needed, the medicines they needed, everything. And yet many of their people were caught out there. Even their relatives caught out there dealing and spreading laced mess. And they're not all the same way. No, not all of them are the same way. Not everyone. Not all of any group is the same way or bad. There's good and bad apples in every bunch, so to speak. But my question is, why is it other people, other individuals, are allowed to come over here and get the royal treatment and get everything given to them? And that includes finances, medical insurance, benefits, treatment, anything at all. While those of us who are born here have to struggle. And if you need help, it's just too bad. Too gosh darn bad, right? Anyway, that's just a little frustration of mine. And some of the people, they need to realize how good they have it. Signing out. I love you all. Peace.